As dawn paints the skies of Iran, we pay tribute to the valiant women of Iran, whose elegance and wisdom resonate through the country's rich history. In a land that has long revered the strength and intellect of its daughters, they stand as pillars of culture and innovation. Let us embark on a journey that celebrates their timeless spirit, a beacon of beauty and empowerment that enlivens the heart of Iran and instills pride in every generation.
As I've always said it, that when he put the crown on my head, as if he was crowning the whole women of Iran. This was my feeling, really, which is true.
In the cradle of civilization, the land of Persia, now known as Iran, women have been respected and cherished for over 2,500 years. In the Achaemenid era, women were well respected and held positions of influence in society, with some even serving as military commanders. However, from the Safavid to Qajar dynasty, the influence of religious ideology led to limitations on women's rights and freedoms. It wasn't until the Pahlavi dynasty that significant efforts were made to restore women's rights, with the introduction of education and voting rights, as well as the promotion of women in various fields. This marked a turning point in the history of Iran, as women were once again given the full respect they deserved and played a crucial role in shaping the nation's future. During the reign of the Pahlavi dynasty, Shahbanu Farah Pahlavi, the Queen of Iran, played a crucial role in advocating for women's rights and education. She established numerous organizations and initiatives to empower women and improve their status in society. Shahbanu Farah's efforts included the creation of the Women's Organization of Iran, which aimed to promote women's education, employment, political participation, and social welfare. She also founded the Iran Women's University, which provided higher education opportunities for women in various fields. Additionally, she established the Iranian Handicrafts Organization to support the traditional arts and crafts of Iranian women. Shahbanu Farah Pahlavi is indeed an empress, dedicated to progress, whose presence promised a horizon of hope for Iran's daughters. Princess Ashraf Pahlavi, the twin sister of Mohammad Reza Shah, was a prominent figure in promoting women's rights and freedoms in Iran during her brother's reign. She played a crucial role in legitimizing gender reforms, working as an activist for human rights and equality. As the honorary president of the Women's Organization of Iran, WOI, she actively supported the organization's educational, cultural, legal, and political objectives. Her efforts helped Iranian women gain significant rights and freedoms, enabling them to participate in political, social, and economic affairs. Princess Ashraf was also a strong advocate for women's rights on the international stage. She served as the Iranian delegate to the United Nations Commission on Human Rights and the Economic and Social Council. With the revolution's tide, the dreams once vivid beneath the Persian skies became whispers behind the veil of a new doctrine. The Islamic Revolution sought to change the course of Iran's history, imposing strict laws and regulations on women and their way of life. But the women of Iran never lost their spirit, continuing to fight for their rights and freedoms once they lived with. Beneath the surface, embers of the old spirit endure, fanned by the bravery of women like Princess Yasemin Pahlavi, who persist against the silence. Today, Princess Yasemin Pahlavi the daughter-in-law of Shahbanu Farah Pahlavi, continues her legacy, from establishing the organizations of financial aid for refugees in Europe, especially in Greece, to supporting Crown Prince Reza Pahlavi in his efforts to bring back the glory of Iran and restore the rights and freedoms that Iranian women once enjoyed. Princess Noor Pahlavi, the daughter of Prince Reza Pahlavi, has also been actively involved in various initiatives and advocacy efforts. She has been a vocal feminist and women's health advocate, highlighting the need for better care and support for women beyond just reproductive health. In 2023, Princess Noor and her family attended a special conference at the French Senate, where they received support for their efforts to bring attention to the Iranian people's struggle for freedom. Despite her family's exile from Iran, she remains connected to her heritage and engages in discussions on social and political issues. Women's rights in Iran have a complex history that spans the Pahlavi dynasty and the current Islamic regime. During the Pahlavi era, significant progress was made in expanding women's rights. In 1928, Reza Shah Pahlavi granted women the right to vote in local elections, a groundbreaking step for the time. In 1963, under the rule of his son, Mohammad Reza Shah Pahlavi, women were granted the right to vote in the national elections. In 1932, the Iranian Civil Code was amended to grant women more rights in marriage, divorce, and custody of children. Polygamy was restricted, and efforts were made to combat child marriage. Reza Shah Pahlavi issued a decree in 1936 that banned the mandatory wearing of veils in public. This marked a significant shift in Iranian society and allowed women to have more freedom in their attire. The Pahlavi kings promoted women's participation in the workforce. Various employment opportunities were made available to women, and they were encouraged to pursue careers in different fields such as medicine, law, education, and government. Laws were enacted to protect women's rights within the family. The Pahlavi kings introduced legislation that aimed to address issues related to marriage, divorce, child custody, and inheritance, seeking to provide women with greater legal protections. In contrast, the situation for women in Iran today is challenging due to the strict laws and regulations imposed by the Islamic Republic, which came to power in 1979. Women in Iran face limitations on their rights and freedoms, including requirements to wear the hijab, restricted access to education and employment, and reduced political participation. Despite these challenges, Iranian women continue to fight for their rights and strive for a more equal and just society. Their determination and resilience in the face of adversity demonstrate their commitment to achieving a better future for themselves and future generations. The women of Iran have a rich history of freedom and respect, and their fight for their rights is a testament to their resilience. The world must recognize their struggle and stand in solidarity with them as they strive to reclaim their past and build a brighter future. From the Shahbanu to the streets of Iran, the spirit of freedom once tasted cannot forever be tamed. Light is victorious over darkness.
I think it was normal for me that the Shah would put importance to a woman. always said that the seeds you plant with love and belief, they never die.